Are you trying to bring your foreign partner to the US and you're not sure what visa option is best for you? Well, you are in the right place. In this video, I am going to be going over the pros and cons of the fiancé visa and the marriage-based visa so that you can make an informed decision. I am U.S. immigration attorney Lillian, and I help my clients get green cards and citizenships for themselves and their families using the U.S. immigration law system. Let the battle of the visas begin. Let's start with the fiancé visa. The fiancé visa is an option for people that are engaged and are looking to get married. However, they want to bring their fiancé to the US and then get married in the US. Let's talk about the pros of that option. One significant advantage of the fiancé visa in most countries is that it is faster than the marriage-based option. I have fiancé visa cases where we filed well after a marriage-based option, and that gets an interview faster. So this is embassy specific. COVID really messed with a lot of embassies' processing times. So this is going to be specific to the embassy on how quickly they are scheduling those interviews. But for the most part, the fiancé visa option is going to be faster for you than the marriage-based option. Another advantage of the fiancé visa option is that you get to get married to your fiancé in the US. You two get to plan your wedding together. You get to get married here. Whereas the marriage-based option, you do have to get married before you even start the process. And in some countries, they won't even let you get married unless you meet certain requirements. So that can be an advantage of the fiancé visa because you do not have to meet the requirements of the country your fiancé is in order for you to actually file the fiancé option. When they're in the US, you just have to meet the requirements of your state and you two can get married. The requirements to get married in the US is much more lax than in most countries outside of the US. Now let's talk about some cons with the fiancé visa option. A major con of the fiancé visa is that that's not the end. Once your fiancé gets their visa, they come into the US, you have to meet certain requirements. One of them being getting married within 90 days. And after getting married, then you start the green card application process. And that is going to be a longer process in the long run than the marriage-based option. Yes, your fiancé gets here faster, but they're not coming in with a green card. They still have to apply for a green card. This also means that they cannot work. They need to apply for that green card and apply for a work permit and wait for one of those to be approved before they can actually start working in the US. A disadvantage of the fiancé visa option is that you are going to be paying more for that than the marriage-based option. So first you have to pay for the I-129F and then the DS-160, and then when your fiancé gets into the US, you two get married, you have to now pay for the green card application fee, the I-485. As of the recording of this video, the I-129F fee is $535. The DS-160 fee is $265, and the I-485, the green card application fee, is $1,225. That is going to go up on April 1st, so keep that in mind. One thing to keep in mind about the fiancé visa option is that you must be a U.S. citizen before that would even be an option for you. So if you're a permanent resident, your only option is the marriage-based option. The advantage of a fiancé process is that it is reserved solely for U.S. citizens. By the way, if you are finding this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and tell me in the comments which con was most surprising to you? Now let's talk about the marriage-based green card option. This is for people that are already married to their fiance, right? You're already married, you are ready for them to come to the US and be with you permanently. Your option is to file an immigrant visa application for them. The most significant advantage of the marriage option is that your spouse, when they enter the US, are permanent residents of the United States. They do not have to do an extra step to get a green card, right? They do not have to file a green card application because they are coming in already permanent residents. They do have to pay a fee for USCIS to send them the card, but that is it. You're not doing another interview. You're not doing anything else other than just asking USCIS, hey, send me my card. Okay, I'm a permanent resident. Another pro of the marriage-based option is that you are paying lower fees. This means that you are paying an I-130 fee, which is $535, and the visa application fee, which is for the DS-260 and the affidavit of support. Combined, those two are $445. And then when your spouse gets to the US with their visa, they become a permanent resident. They do have to apply to have USCIS print their card. There is a fee for that as well, but it is less than $300. When you put it all together, you can see that the fees for the fiancé option is at least $1,000 more than the marriage-based option. Now, let's talk about the cons of the marriage-based option. The first con is it takes longer than the fiancé visa option. That is really important to know, and that you know your expectations of how long it's supposed to take. The embassies have backlogs. COVID put a wrench in a lot of embassies, so they do have backlogs on the marriage-based options. So what does this mean? It may take a few months more for a marriage-based option that's filed at the same time as the fiancé visa option to be interviewed. Okay, so it is going to take longer. Another disadvantage of the marriage-based option is that you need to get married. Okay, you have to have been married so that you can take advantage of this option. So if you're not married to your spouse yet, this is not for you. Now let's talk about why this is a disadvantage, because some of you may be thinking, well, just get married. Well, in some countries, you can't just get married, right? People can come to the US, show their ID in Vegas and get married, right? But in some countries, you need to have a lot of documentation. There is a lot of requirements that you have to meet before you can actually get married. In some cases, it can take 6 months or more to meet all these requirements while you're living in the US and, maintaining your job and all the stuff. They want you to be there to meet those requirements. So that can be a huge disadvantage for people. Here's a pro tip. Get married in Utah. Okay, Utah has a online based marriage option where you two can get married online. That will count as a marriage as long as you two see each other and consummate your marriage. So if the thing stopping you from getting married is the requirements in your fiance's country, there is the option to get married online in Utah and then see each other in person to consummate the marriage. So that way you can avoid this particular con to the whole process. Ultimately, the decision between the marriage-based option and the fiancé option is really going to come down to your particular circumstances. Which one would work best for you? Are you trying to have your fiancé here faster? Are you okay with getting married and then filing for them? It's really going to be up to your particular situation. If you are leaning towards one specific visa option, make sure that you are getting a consultation with an immigration attorney that can give you more information based on your particular circumstance and the country that your fiance is in, as far as which option is being interviewed faster or not. That is really important, and I know that makes a difference for a lot of people. So make sure that you're getting that consultation and you are working with an immigration attorney. By the way, if you are finding this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and tell me in the comments which con was most surprising to you. And remember, if you would like to figure out which option is best for you and get help in navigating this complex U.S. immigration law system, go ahead and schedule a strategy session with me by going to my website, lillylegal.com, or by calling my office at 508-443-1788. Bye.